Hello, hello. Welcome to the OkayOk live stream. Today I'm coloring a Patreon reward. This was a winner from the May contest. It was a resubmitted from the April because it was like one vote short of winning. Which, by the way, our contest, our sketch request contest, is starting again today. Today's the first day of July, and we're starting the contest up again for July. So if you're not a member of the Patreon and you want to get into this contest, you want to make a request, get it sketched, go join the Patreon. There's a link in the description. You can follow that and make your request over there on Patreon. What else we got going on today? I finished a model that I've been working 6 weeks on last night, so I was really excited to wake up this morning and photograph it some more. I'm going to be posting a video. I'll work on a how-to video tonight, kind of walk you through the process of making that. It was a long process, a lot involved, and a lot of new things in this model because it was not a Bandai model. It's a really old model, so I had to learn a few new tricks. What else we got going on? We had our contest, our poll for June's reward. There was 2 polls. One was on DeviantArt. It's over. But it was which Wendy Wonka character do you want to have transformed? And then the Patreon poll, the follow-up to that poll, was which room do you want that character to get transformed in? My dehumidifier over there is going insane. If you hear that beeping, if that doesn't stop, I'm going to have to go over and unplug it. So if I go silent for a second, it's because I'm unplugging that crazy beeping thing over there. All right. I tried to turn it off for this recording session, but it doesn't like to be turned off, I guess. It turns back on by itself. All right, so usually when you're darkening flesh, you go a little bit redder and a little bit darker. But that's just normal. If you're using a different colored light sources, you want to do different shades of color. All right. So let's see. I've got a sketched color version right here, and this is going to serve as just like a guide. We've got kind of a universal lighting. Oh, by the way, Spiderman into Spiderverse, is that what it's called? It's on Netflix now. Really good movie. If you haven't watched it and you've got Netflix, you can go over and check it out. It's a good movie. My kids really liked it, and I did too. I thought it was amazing. The art direction in the movie was fantastic. The story was pretty good too. Had some good laughs. All right. So this is OkayOk, and I don't know, if I'm going to pull the chat up because in case somebody's out there trying to talk to me, I don't know what they're saying. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to Creator Studio. Live streaming. All right. Chat. Pop out chat. Here we go. Whoops. Where do you do that? There we go. Pop out chat. Okay. Chat's active now. All right. This is an unplanned live stream. I didn't make any kind of announcement, so this is more meant to be a recording. I figured out that YouTube now does what's it called? You can schedule your live stream to go active at a certain time, and you can let everybody know when you're going to go active. I thought that was really handy, so I'm going to start doing that. All right, so Feeling a little bit dizzy because I think I only got like 3 hours of sleep last night. It's definitely not enough. All right, now we got some definition to her face. We can probably do a little bit of a highlight. Let's go to a softer brush. So we can get more of a gradual, more control over how bright it is. I watched a really interesting documentary on Netflix that I got into not expecting to be interested in. So the documentary is called Rob Lazar and the UFO stuff. I don't know exactly the title, but it's Rob Lazar. That's all you need to know. It's like laser, but with an A. And I got into it because I'm kind of a science fiction fan. I like science fiction, and I was just interested in watching this just for some ideas, maybe getting ideas for science fiction stories. I've done that in the past where I just watched some like conspiracy theory, science fiction videos just for ideas about what people are thinking about and some new scientific facts or conspiracy theories because it's fun. And I actually really was surprised that I thought this documentary was really well done. And if you go check it out, there's more on the web, on YouTube, about Rob Lazar. Because of this documentary, they did a few interviews. They did a Larry King one. They did a Joe Rogan one. It's just the one I watched, and it was really good. If you've ever seen Joe Rogan's podcast, I enjoy watching those sometimes. He's got really good guests and really good discussion. And so Rob Lazar is a really interesting story, and there's some credibility to his story, so makes you definitely reconsider if you don't believe in aliens. Maybe, I don't know. It made me think that he's telling the truth. I wouldn't go so far as to like change my life and start going around telling people there's aliens and that kind of thing, because I'm not 100% convinced, but I'm like 99% convinced. It's pretty crazy, the stuff that's happened to Rob Lazar. My favorite quote from the Joe Rogan podcast was someone they quoted about how we're the sexual organs of robots, which was an interesting idea, but an interesting take, I guess. All right. She's got like wild hair. I don't know what it's like, a mixture of dreadlocks and regular hair. And just a big tangled mess of hair, I think. So I'm going to try to draw it that way, where it's just kind of messy and tangled. I think she's got a few beads in there, so we'll probably come back and for the final details, we'll put a bead or something in there. But I'm going to leave it right there like that. We'll add a little more highlights. I'm going to get a different brush so it feels a little different. Get some matted mess going on here. Alright, don't want to do too much. We'll get a multiply layer on there, and it should give it some form overall. You know, painting in Photoshop digitally has probably messed me up. Probably made me forget how to actually paint traditionally. Alright, here we go. We'll get a multiply layer since we need one of those. And kind of darken. Let's get. Alright, we lost connection there for a second, but we're back. Trying to get some solid inked texture. Felt like that was missing that. Alright, we'll probably get a glowy dark background. Not really sure what's going to be going on in the background yet, but we'll get to it when we get there. I'm going to try to do this whole coloring in an hour. Alright, let's go move on to Baby Gwen. So again, darker and slightly more red. The humidifier is going nuts. I put out a poll recently on, not a poll actually. I put out a question on my Patreon, seeing if you guys prefer Picarto or YouTube live streaming, and got a pretty even mix. I think a few more people said YouTube, but I enjoy Picarto because I can listen to whatever music I want and stream it. It's not being recorded, so I can listen to my own playlist, not worry about copyright infringement. Okay, so let's give her a little bit of a highlight. I'm going to go with a different brush. continuing to move along with Wendy Wonka and issue 3 from chapter 2, the Crystal Caverns. Making progress on it every day. Whoops. Got a lot of response from the journal I put out where I was asking what people prefer and want to see in Goddesses of Fertility 2. Got a good response from I think we got like 60 responses from people, which is pretty good. So surprised we got that many. Okay, so now for a highlight. All right, why don't we just finish up Gwen while we're at it. All right, so this is her little hoodie. If you've never read Gwenpool, the comic book, you need to check out Gwenpool. I forgot what it is. It's like The Incredible Gwenpool, but it's something humorous. It's not completely, doesn't take itself seriously, which is one of the reasons why I love it. I think a lot of people enjoyed Gwenpool and then they canceled it for no apparent reason. I haven't gotten into reading many comics lately. I feel like I've been doing a lot more model work. Oh, let's not do that. Working on models instead of reading comics. I've also been trying to get more into a workout schedule. I feel like I was turning into butter. So I've started weightlifting every day and trying to get into some exercise classes because I feel like once you start putting on a few pounds, losing those pounds is a lot harder than gaining them. So I don't like to get behind on gaining weight, at least weight that I shouldn't be gaining. All right, let's circle that up. Not really liking this song. Where is it? I need to go looking through some more non-copyrighted music, find some good songs. All right, we're gonna go with like a turquoise gray. think I got distracted earlier when I was talking about the 2 polls I put out recently for the June reward on Patreon. I was trying to figure out a good way to do a reward on Patreon this month, since it was just following along with work behind the upcoming comic Windy Wonka. So a poll went out on DeviantArt for which character do you want to be TF'd, transformed, and the follow-up to that poll was put on Patreon. Which room do you want this character to be transformed in? And so Naomi, the girl, the like punk skater girl from, I don't know if she was a punk, she was more like just a skater girl from chapter 1. I think issue 2 is when she gets transformed. It's the Coco Volcano girl. So she won the DeviantArt poll, and then on the Patreon poll, the Age Chamber and the Juicy Room got first and second place. So I'm thinking I want to cater to both people, the expansion fans and the like adult baby fans. So what I am working on is trying to figure out how to give both groups something they like, and I've got 3 options for that. One option is to do just a single shot, single drawing of Wendy and Naomi. And Naomi is now an adult. She's grown up, and she's also been, her clothes have been regressed, I guess, and she's dressed like a baby, but she's like a fat adult version of herself. And so it's like a mixture of both worlds. And I'm kind of leaning on not doing that one because people prefer like keeping them separate, I think. So that was the first idea, which we're not going to do probably. The other one is do, I think I wrote them down over here. What are they? So do like a transformation swap. Second place got was Ryan's mom. So have Ryan's mom and Naomi kind of swap transformations, draw Naomi regressed like Ryan's mom got regressed, and draw Naomi like Ryan's mom. Well, I think I said that. Draw Ryan's mom like Naomi, like a giant water balloon person who's been filled with liquid chocolate. So, the third idea would be to do a fat older version or a fat younger version of Naomi, and in her normal clothes, and then a fat older or younger version, the same kind of figure but different clothes and maybe different expression. So it would be like same pose but drawn with a different transformation. That's the one I'm leaning towards, but I haven't decided yet. All right, let's get super bright. I don't really follow Spider-Man anymore. I didn't really ever follow Spider-Man, I guess. But I think that's part of the reason why I enjoyed Spider-Man Spiderverse so much, was because it felt like there was a lot of material they were pulling from, and there was, you know, a lot of stuff that they didn't fully explain, and you just kind of had to fill in the blanks with your own imagination. All right, let's see, a little bit darker maybe. I really like Nicolas Cage's the black and white Spider-Man. I always enjoy Nicolas Cage as a voice actor. All right, pretty much got. I forgot to use the ink. Pretty much done with Baby Gwen. Let's use a pinkish. All right. Now we gotta draw these leather gloves. Leather gloves are always fun. We'll do a bright highlight. I think we'll just kind of shape this highlight as we go. Oh, this copyright-free music is getting on my last nerves. We gotta just turn that off, I think. I can't take any more of that music. Alright. Prefer silence over that crap. Alright. So. Probably hear my pen scraping against my monitor. Alright, we'll get kind of like a backlit shadow. It's always hard to talk and draw at the same time. I feel like I'm improving on it slightly. It's just really difficult thing to be doing. I feel like it pulls from both sides of the brain. It's hard to have both sides of your brain firing at the same time. It's hard for one side of my brain to fire. Okay. I think that's good for leather gloves. Let's give it a black. It's like some BDSM going on. I've never worn leather like this. I think it would be really fun though. I saw a YouTube video of people trying on leather outfits. It looked fun. Expensive, but fun. Okay, her gloves are done. Now, let's move on to her pelvis. Do some dark. Some craziness going on. Okay. Let's make the brush a little bit smaller. By doing that, we got some interesting texture. Now we'll do highlights. We'll do a little bit more of a purplish highlight. You know, let's do the highlights on a separate layer. That way we can edit them without editing the black. Alright, now we can do a bright highlight. Let's brighten it all just a little bit. Looks a little too dark. That way it'll match her gloves better. I'm going to do a brightness contrast. There we go. All right, now for her legs. We'll continue the highlight from over here. Alright, so there's probably a little bit of a black backlight coming. These are pretty soft, curvy thighs. There we go. So I'm going to pull in work with an airbrush. Alright, now we're going to darken. Alright, those look like solid legs that can hold her up. Now for this color, whatever it is. Let's go to not contiguous. Guess we're going to have to go to the layer below. Deselect. Deselect. Alright. Alright, we're getting close to being done. We gotta finish her chest. We're gonna see how I drew that on the back. Alright. Gonna just have a backlighting. Maybe just a little bit more. I've been trying to join the 501st Infantry, and it is not easy. They're so strict. It's like I bought my stormtrooper costume from the actual people who make the stormtrooper armor for the movies. Like the original guy who built them signed off on them and everything. And it's probably just me. I need to put the armor on right. Put it on right the first time. But this is the third time I've had to put my stormtrooper armor on and send it in for review. Little tiny things every time. I'm not sure I'm crazy about those little effects. Let's just take those off. Yeah, that's better. Alright. Since these are glowing, we're going to come up onto a layer above the ink layer. And let's see, I'll get an airbrush, I guess. smaller brush. Make it brighter. Let's go down to like a 4. Oh man, I just remembered. The Dark Crystal, the TV series produced by Netflix. There's a full trailer out now for The Dark Crystal. And it looks so good. I've been waiting months for this. And it looks like it's not going to disappoint. Okay. Let's get a little bit more width. Actually, I think we did that backwards. Let's just start over with this one. Rick and Morty is coming out with a new season pretty soon, too. I think it was November, season 4 comes out. Very excited about that. I feel like this is like golf where you have to whisper. If I talk too loud, I might distract myself. Okay, 394. Make a mistake and mess up. Okay. Now, let's do her little chest padding thing. Not really sure what that is. I don't make the suits, I just draw them. Alright. Well, let's do a little bit over here too. Now for the highlights. Let's use this brush, or else it's going to look too soft. Alright, with the multiply layer, I'm going to create a little bit more form, I guess. Carve out the dimensional form a little bit. Drove by the house I grew up in the other day. That was a strange feeling. Okay. Not too much further to go. little bit brighter. OkayOk. Now for her headband. I'm not sure. It might have been multicolored, like different colors and stuff. Didn't really like that word, multicolored. Okay, so headbands might need a little bit of brightness, something to give it form. Is it safe? Is it secret? Okay. Alright, I feel like we need to use the multiply layer on her face because her face feels flat as far as color is concerned. So let's get a little bit of red. Kind of reddish orange. Now the 394 brush. Make those cheeks a little rosy. And give her cheeks some color. Her whole face needs some color. Alright, so now we'll do just a little more red. Kind of strengthen that red. And let's take a little bit away from over here. There. Okay, now we definitely need some on Gwen because she's got to be feeling embarrassed. This is a little too orangey. I'm gonna go red. I'm gonna touch up this in a quick second. Here we go. She really looks like she's looking at the camera. Not so much looking back at this. I guess that's okay. Connects the viewer to the drawing. Alright, so looks like OkayOk is done. We could do something in there, but I'm not sure what. Not really familiar with her costume. Okay, we're done with Baby Gwen. Oh, we need to do her lips just a little bit. Let's zoom in. Alright, we're doing good on time. We are 45 minutes into it, and we're to the background and her claw things. OkayOk. Move on to her arms. You know, actually her whole face multiplied. It's too orange. Oh gosh, can't do that. Let's do this then. Slide the hue to more red. That's green. So about 5. Saturation. Yes. Alright, we'll stay with that. Alright, now for the legs or the arms, whatever you want to call them. Probably just crop that off right there. Okay, so next I'm going to do some curvy lines. Break it up. We'll do it like a dark green. I'll make it a little more interesting. Actually, mid-green. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and do a new layer. Why not? Ooh. Let's see. It would be, I don't know if it'd be this way or... Not a whole lot of definition to that. I'm going to redo those lines actually. I want it to feel more like it's three-dimensional. Like you're on the 3D ride at Universal Studios. It's a little better. Okay. So now the pincher. Let's get that pincher. OkayOk is going to be really annoying when she gets old. She'll be one of those old people that grab you and make you listen to their conversation. You can't get away from them because they put their arm around you. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Now for background. We've got 5 minutes to do a background. Actually, looks like we forgot one thing. All right. OkayOk is charged and active. Her bodysuit is running. Okay, so now we're gonna do some kind of back. Well, missed that one back there. The dehumidifier has been taken over by Amazon artificial intelligence. Okay. Yeah, it just needed something. Okay. Well, I don't think I needed that last something, not everything. Okay. Now for a background. Ooh, I'm tired. That's a problem. Okay. I'm gonna do this. About like a purplish gray. Let's try using a fancy brush. Fancy. What is it? Classy. Well, that's classy. Oops. Okay. So now, let's try a new layer. What are we going to do? It's kind of this like dynamic anime. All right, now let's do like the opposite of a spotlight. Not the opposite. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Where's my spotlight? Here it is. Okay. Get rid of that. Let's try linear dodge. Add. Nope. Does not look that good. Just kind of got like the Lion King feeling. No, it's a fun, yeah. I'm gonna be sure. Do 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 do. All right, so let's do something. Let's play around here. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, maybe if it's. Maybe I was right earlier when I said the opposite of a spotlight. We could kind of do like a black cloud. Like, whoops. Like she is coming out of a temporal portal kind of thing. So let's go ahead and try a new layer. And have some of those crazy like that's not what it looks like. It looked more like messy splatter paint. That's not it either. What did it look like? It's not too far off. Let's go bigger. Let's go with black now. All right, so do I have like speckles? Let me try to think. I don't think I do. All right. Almost like this one needs more color. So let's do a saturation, or a hue layer, or a color actually, and maybe red. Does that sound good? Alright, it looks like they're popping out of time or something like that. The only thing I don't like is the action lines are all getting lost. Wonder if I can redo those in white or something. Image adjustment, invert. Yeah, let's just do that. Alright, so I'm going to put all these layers in a group folder so I can turn them off real quick. Actually, not turn them off, I'm going to fade them a lot. How much fade do you like? A lot. How much do you fade your action lines? A lot. How much do you fade your background? A lot. Okay. we're gonna lose that action line actually. Maybe I should just not grab it. Okay, that's better. Alright, so what I do here is adjustments, invert. Alright, so now I should be able to turn this folder back up to 100%, and we have action lines. Take them or leave them. There we go. So I'm probably going to find that highlight layer I used and do some quick highlights on this just to make it stand out a little bit more. Help break it up a little bit too. Do a little bit softer in the background. Oh, you know what might be cool is if that leg arm thing down on the bottom became black, like it was going into the temporal time thing. What's going on there? Let's get rid. Is that selected? What is that? I do not know what that is. Maybe, oh, I bet I did another layer for it. The Hunt for a Green October. Where? I don't know what that is. Okay, maybe it's just that I didn't do one of these things. Let's just quickly. Well, that didn't get it either. Just do multiply over it. It's gonna bother me. All right. It looks like we're done. These eyes are a little flat. I don't know if that bothers you, but it bothers me. How much does it bother you? A lot. Alright, there we go. I don't know what's going on with some of these things. Alright. Let's just, for fun, let's see if this looks good. Oh, we'd have to come up on top. Okay, so let's get the speckled brush. Not sure I like it. It looks weird. Let's just undo all that. All right, we'll sign our name down here and call it a day. 5 o'clock. Here we go. This has been okay. With the last winner from the sketch request contest in May. It's now July. Here we go. Character. Window character. Bum 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 bum. All right. Got it. Thank you for coming by and checking out the live stream. This has been a coloring. And if you'd like to drop in on the Patreon and make a sketch request, please follow the link in the description or visit me on DeviantArt. And there's plenty of links to my Patreon over there and all the art you can feast your eyes upon. All right, thank you for stopping in. This has been okay. See you later.